This is when I should do the behind-the-scenes video of you during the game.
Live from the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet welcomes you into NCAA Division II women's basketball coverage live on the ECC network. We do ask you to ignore that QR code on your screen for just a moment, as coming up next, the College of Staten Island Dolphins will take on the Pace University Setters. We'll take care of that QR in just a minute and explain to you what that is shortly. My name is Joe Foreman, alongside my broadcast partner, Nick Durst. And Nick, the Dolphins come in playing well. They have won their last 2 games. They will be going for 3 straight wins here this afternoon against the Setters.
Yeah, absolute dominance earlier in the week for the Dolphins, who destroyed their opponent. Today they're playing a team that is certainly looking to set the pace in this game. Pace basketball should be a good matchup, but right now for the Dolphins, everyone was scoring in the last game. Mia Fuller, Amber Abusber in double digits. And Genelise Alarcon, she's a woman on a mission this season so far, Joe. She has been dominant, obviously offensively, back-to-back ECC Player of the Week awards. But what has really been amazing with her this season has certainly been her defensive performance, averaging almost 7 steals a game, close to 10 rebounds, getting multiple blocks. She has been tremendous, and we say it all the time, Joe. As she goes, this team goes, and right now it's really hard for the opposition to stop her on either side of the ball.
Well, Nick, we may have to reboot the stream and get rid of our QR code. I think Edward just found it. Somehow, our QR got stacked behind our Sportsnet overlay.
That QR code is important.
We will talk about that a bit more later in the broadcast. But as for now, starting lineups are being introduced, and the national anthem is just moments away from being played. So what we will do is step aside and take a quick break. Our headsets will go mute here. When we come back, the Dolphins take on the Setters from the College of Staten Island. And we are back from the tank, just moments away from the start of today's women's basketball non-conference matchup between the 3-2 College of Staten Island Dolphins and the 1-4 Pace University Setters. My name is Joe Foreman alongside my broadcast partner, Nick Durst. And Nick, starters are being introduced out on the floor. You have the starting lineups for both teams.
First for the visiting Pace University women's basketball team, coached by Carrie Seymour. Number 5, the graduate guard from Mount Vernon, New York, it's Shanice Sinclair. And number 12, it is the graduate guard from Ontario, Canada, Kadumina Mansaray. Number 20 is the freshman junior forward from Bristol, Connecticut, and it's Kira Collins. Number 22 is the graduate senior from Westbury, New York, and that is Victoria Dieguez. And number 23, the forward, the senior from Cortland Manor, New York, it's Ariana Stockinger. Now for the CSI Women's Dolphins basketball roster, the home team in this game, coached by head coach Nicole Sarcone. Number 3, the 5'6" graduate guard from Staten Island, New York, a product of Moore Catholic High School, 1,000-point scorer Amber Abusper. Number 4, it is the Jersey City, New Jersey native, the junior 5'9" forward. It is Kyra Rose. Number 10, the graduate junior from Tappan, New York, and 5'7" guard Dana Phelan. Number 11 is the 5'11" graduate forward from New Rochelle, New York, Alexa Curo. And number 13, the two-time reigning ECC Player of the Week and Defensive Player of the Week. It is the 1,000-point scorer, Jenalise Alarcon, standing 5'9", the senior from Troy, New York.
Thank you, Nick. And if our viewers tuned in to yesterday's premiere of our all-new Dolphin Pod, you got a chance to hear from the 1,000-point scorers on this women's basketball team, Amber Abusper and Jenalise Alarcon, both reaching that milestone during the first week of the season. Each of them got a chance to catch up with Nick on our latest episode of the Dolphin Pod. So be sure to check that out over at our CSI Sportsnet YouTube channel. You can always catch new episodes of the Dolphin Pod, both on our YouTube channel and at csidolphins.com/CSI Sportsnet. For audio-only downloads and MP3s of each podcast episode, visit csidolphins.com/podcasts. But Nick, Dolphins looking to make it 3 wins in a row. And the last time you and I covered them facing this Pace team here at the tank, it was a close one. The Dolphins jumped out to a big lead early, held on to win by 4.
Absolutely. And we have a late change to the starting lineup as Naomi Masinga is going to actually get the start in this game. Alexa Curolo is on the bench to start things off.
Alarcon will jump for the Dolphins. On the other side, Stockinger will jump for Pace, and the Dolphins win the opening tip. Dolphins got off to a red-hot start against Wilmington earlier in the week. This is Abusper on the wing. She dribbles to her left. Feed goes inside to Alarcon. Setters thinking maybe a double, and that's not enough as Alarcon scores with the left.
Well, Joe, I got to tell you, before the game, I was in here. Jenalise, the only one on the court, and she was practicing that exact shot. So practice obviously makes perfect.
Dolphins with an early full-court trap. Here come the Setters. Stockinger swings it to the left wing. Ball now in the corner. Stockinger up top, defended by Phelan. Sinclair's shot is good.
Sinclair with plenty of space there. No hesitation. Pulls up and knocks down the 2.
Score knotted up at 2. 1 minute gone by in this first quarter as a foul is called against the Setters. Dieguez picks up the personal. Dolphins will inbound from in front of the Setters bench. 20 to shoot, Abusper with it. She swings it over to Phelan. Phelan crosses over left off the jab step. Now Masinga. 10 on the shot clock. This is Rose. Rose spins. Lefty layup. No good off back iron. And the rebound goes to the Setters. Here comes Mansaray. Thinking about the 3 with Stockinger. This is Dieguez in the corner. Back up top. Collins defended by Abu Spair, feet inside. Stockinger back to the basket, kicks out, and Collins traveled.
First travel of the afternoon. Turnover here.
Dolphins will bring it up, and not sure if you've caught this, Nick, but watching back some of our broadcasts on the ECC network, the audio has not been properly synced. I've been trying to work on it by re-uploading the broadcast after the fact, but live
extra work for you that should be unnecessary.
Just a bit as Rose picks up the foul, but if our audio appears to be a little bit ahead or behind the action, that's the reason why. And we did not have this issue last year.
I think it might be an issue when the archives.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what it is, but I was listening back to the swim meet last night, and the Dolphin pod was not synced. It had nothing to do with audio input, video input. It was just the podcast.
Yikes.
The YouTube file is good, but over the network, it was not.
Our CSI game of the week last night, the swim meet. Historic night for some Dolphins.
Records were set last night. We'll have a full recap of the weekend at the end of the day today. Meanwhile, just 6 to shoot for the Setters. The feed goes to Sinclair. Her pull-up rattles in.
Sinclair showing that in the mid-range, she's a force to be reckoned with early on here. 4 points for her team.
Phelan to the rim, lays it in with the left.
You don't see Phelan going to the rim too often, usually shooting a three, but nice move there by Phelan. Phelan telling me before, she had a nice pregame meal, a pick 6 from Dunkin' Donuts. She was fueled and ready to go.
Another steal for Jenelise Alarcon. Bounce pass to Rose. Hop step layup is good.
Great steal there by Alarcon. We talked about it. She's the defensive player of the year so far in the ECC, and she continues her great senior campaign there.
It's been such a great start to the season for Jenelise defensively. 3 or more steals in every game as traveling is called once again. Just for the sake of accuracy, Jenelise's steal numbers per game. Game 1, 6, followed by 5, 3, 3, and 4. She's also blocked at least 1 shot in each of the last 3 games, as a foul was called underneath.
Joey has some aspiring officials behind us from Pace.
Always.
It's too early for this, for the official slander, I think. It's just 3 minutes into the game.
Alarcon in traffic, and she traveled.
Double team there, forced her to travel. Obviously, she was not happy with the call.
Setters will bring it up. Pull-up jumper on its way, no good. Rebound bounces around and goes to Pace.
Nice job there by Phillips to grab that offensive board.
Phillips with a good hustle on the glass to secure the rebound. This is Mansoray in trouble, and jump ball is called. Possession arrow favors Pace.
Nice job there by Masinge to force that into a jump ball. She swatted the ball out of the Pace player's hands, and it ends up being a jump ball. 9 on the shot clock now for Pace.
They will inbound from the baseline. Sinclair catches on the perimeter. She looks to spin, fakes, shoots, and scores.
You don't want to give Sinclair any space inside the perimeter. She's knocking down all of her shots right now.
Really nice start for the grad student from Mount Vernon, New York. Abu Spair from the corner, too strong. And the rebound goes to Phillips. And the Dolphins are whistled for a foul. Goes against Carollo.
2 fouls apiece here for both teams.
.20 on the shot clock. Feed goes inside, straight into the hands of Phelan. Another Dolphin steal. Rose in transition, lays it up and in.
Good defense, leading to easy offense. for half the points this afternoon for the Dolphins.
Dolphins continuing with the pressure. Here come the setters now. Bounce pass for Phillips, and the layup is good.
Pace able there to break through the press, which led to them having the numbers offensively.
Rose feeds it inside. Carollo back to the basket. Hook shot is blocked, and a foul was called as Phillips battled Alarcon for the board. Dolphin substitution. Dorothy Weesey will check in. Dana Phelan to the bench. And media timeout. We're just inside of 5 minutes, 4:59 to go, first quarter. Dolphins and Setters tied at 8. Media timeout. And we're back from the tank, joined in the broadcast booth by a special guest. Look over your shoulder, Nick. It's Danny the Dolphin.
Wow, Danny really been hitting the weight room hard since the last time we saw him. He is looking very muscular.
He was showing off his strength on Edward there. Edward had someone giving him chops to the back. He didn't know who it was. Now Danny's hanging with the aspiring officials.
Well, maybe that'll keep him quiet. Now you got the ref.
Well, he was trying to quiet us down on free throws last game. Meanwhile, Abu Spare heads to the line.
I think last game Danny was in a different universe, but he seems to be back to earth today.
Abu Spare's free throw is good, and the Dolphins go back in front by 1. And Amber goes 1 of 2 from the line. Rebound to the Setters, grabbed by Morgan Ryan. Dieguez feeds it into the corner. Mansoure surveys. Ball back up top now. Ryan swings it to the wing. Dieguez uses the screen. Now Ryan feeds inside. Step back jumper too strong. And Rose has the rebound off the Phillips miss.
Amber looking to push here for the Dolphins.
We see on the wing. Now Rose uses the Carollo screen. Kick out. And Carollo hands off to Abu Spare. 10 to shoot. Alarcon goes to work. Fakes. And travel. Pair of substitutions come on for the Setters. Among them was Stockinger. I believe Mary Lee checked in as well. Setters have it. And will attempt a 3. That's good. That is Katerina Mansoure from downtown.
Mansoure wide open there and knocks down the 3 without any issue.
That three-pointer won't go. Here come the setters, pushing it quickly and nearly traveling was Lee.
Oh,
nice feed inside, and the lay-in is good.
Sinclair wide open there, cutting to the basket. As easy of a layup as you'll find.
So apparently, Nick, the network is not carrying our audio at all. Lewis, watching at home, is telling me he can't hear us.
Well, what are we even talking about?
Well, I know there are people who can hear us. I told him it's a you problem.
Why don't we tell Michael over there to pull up on his phone and see if he can hear us?
That's probably a good idea. I'm actually trying that on my computer right now. But Edward, get Michael to pull it up on his phone.
Edward, our engineer, he'll make sure he can take care of it. Louis Machone at home, watching us.
He's not at home. He's at work.
Louis Machone at work, trying to stat the games for his own personal pleasure at work.
I wouldn't put it past him.
He'll be comparing notes with you and Nick tonight to see stats. I know Nick really enjoys statting swimming. I know he did that last night.
Nick did not stat swimming last night.
I meant Lewis.
Lewis did, yes.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the setters turn it over again. That's been a problem in this first quarter. That's now 5 giveaways by Pace. The Dolphins have 3, and I think 2 of those are travels. This is Alarcon. And an offensive foul was called against Carolla.
Wow. Yeah, 2 of the turnovers forced by Pace were Alarcon travels.
All right, they gave me the thumbs up. Lewis needs to fix his internet connection.
Come on, Lou, you got your phone on mute. Making us worry over here.
On the drive, Lee is fouled by Masinghe, and Noemia can't believe it.
Noemia, I thought, had all ball there.
Yeah, we are definitely not muted. Lee to the line for 2 shots. Masinghe picks up the personal. That's the 4th Dolphins team foul. 2:31 to go in the first quarter. Free throw is good. And Lee gets the roll on the second attempt. Pace in front by 4. Masinghe on the wing, big crossover to her left, and she draws the foul.
Well, I always say it, Joe. When Masinghe wants to get to the basket, she can get to the basket. She's got such a nice move from the arc to get to the basket, and oftentimes she does draw the foul.
What were you looking at?
If I'm defending Masinghe, there is no way that I'm letting her cross over right to left. That's her go-to.
That's her go-to, and she's very efficient at it.
I think if you defend it that way, she then has the spin in her repertoire. That being said, I think the move off the crossover without the spin is a much higher percentage shot. Masinghe misses the first, and I can't help but listen over my shoulder, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, Danny the Dolphin's next to me. He's in disbelief that these parents from Pace are screaming at the refs over every single whistle.
And we have another travel, this one against the setters.
Got Sal over here giving Danny brushing his teeth real quick. Good job. Good job. Danny's got to get the crowd pumped up here because they're too quiet.
I didn't know Sal was into the field of dentistry.
Only for mascots.
He was going to work.
And Sal, he came out of nowhere for that.
Dolphins turn it over again. Racing toward the rim is Mansoure, and that's a pretty finish.
Really nice move there, and that pass is going to go off Pace, and the Dolphins get the ball.
That was definitely off Pace. The initial call was Setters basketball.
Off Stockinger, right off their back.
No question about that. Dolphins will inbound with under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Phelan, too strong. That was just the third three-pointer attempted in this game, as we have yet another turnover. The two teams have now combined for 12.
A double dribble there, I believe, was the call. Lots of turnovers early on.
9 shot attempts per side. The Setters with 6 turnovers, make it 7 with that last one, and the Dolphins with 5. Haggett up top for Abu Spair. They get it into Alarcon. She looks to work one-on-one. She backs straight to the rim and is blocked by Stockinger.
Great defense there by Stockinger.
Sinclair in the corner, back outside. Collins swings it up top, jab step by Mansoray. She goes at Alarcon. Kick into the corner, and an air ball from 3 by Stockinger. It goes out of bounds off the Setters and will be Dolphins basketball.
Right off Stockinger there. Actually off Collins and went out of bounds.
1 minute to play, first quarter. And we have a foul call that will go against Pace, and the Dolphins are in the bonus. So CSI will head to the line here. Phelan will shoot. Here we go again, Nick.
We'll see if Meredith's going to have to say something to them at some point in this game. But my man right here to our right, Chris Bruno, one of the best referees, one of the best umpires in Staten Island. So he's probably used to getting scrimmed out a lot because that's how it is on Staten Island.
Multi-talented umpire and referee as Phelan goes 1 for 2. That's poked away by Abu Spair. She goes to the rim and lays it in around Collins.
Abu Spair with the steal, lands in the hands of Alarcon, right back to Abu Spair for the layup.
8 Setter turnovers now as that 3 rattles out. No good by Collins. Haggett from Masinga and back out to Abu Spair.
About a 4-second differential between the game and shot clock.
Abu Spair almost got that to go. 12 seconds to go in the quarter. Pace in front by 2, and the Dolphins nearly had another steal. Jump ball called. It will go to the Dolphins, and the Setters have turned it over for the 9th time.
Alarcon stuck her hand in there. Ball ended up rolling, which ended up leading to the jump ball. 5 seconds here. See if the Dolphins get a shot off.
Abu Spair will let it roll a bit. Now Phelan. And Phelan heaves one with some time. That will land out of bounds to end the first quarter. 10 minutes gone by here this afternoon. After 1, the Dolphins trail by 2. Pace in front, 17-15. Second quarter about to get underway from the College of Staten Island. The Dolphins trail by a pair, and it will be Pace basketball to open up quarter number 2. The inbound goes to Lee. She's defended by Abu Spair, forced to pick up her dribble, and does get it away. So Stockinger, top of the arc. Setters having a tough time getting the ball inside. A lot of their points have come on jump shots. Kick out to Lee. Now in the corner, Stockinger goes at Alarcon. 1 to shoot, and that's a shot clock violation. Get a replay on that, Edward. I think they counted that basket. They did.
Yikes.
That might be the second worst one that we've seen this year. The first one went in the Dolphins' favor. How did they count that, Nick?
Well, I guess...
Let's get a look, Edward, quick.
When they can't rely on the replay.
Well, we do not have replay. Oh, my goodness. Not only was it not close, it was not remotely close. .15 on the shot clock, and Alarcon goes down. So with the benefit of that last basket, Pace in front by 4. The foul resets the shot clock to 20 for the Dolphins. Despite their turnover woes, the Setters are shooting 8 of 12. Dolphins just 5 of 13, have not hit a 3 yet. This is Haggett using the Masinge screen. Alarcon with 5 to shoot now. Phelan from way downtown. And a foul was called on Alarcon.
Second offensive foul of the game for the Dolphins.
Already 3 fouls in this quarter between the two sides. Clearly I missed a couple. 8:40 to go, second quarter. Abu Spair defending in the corner against Stockinger. She kicks out. Collins thought about it, now looks to drive, and is rejected by Alarcon, but Haggett throws it away. Turnover number 7 for the Dolphins, as that jump shot is too strong. CSI with the rebound. Phelan crosses over and kicks. This is Abu Spair now. Abu Spair for Masinge. Masinge swooping inside, and she draws the foul. Wasn't in the act of shooting. And it was.
So Masinge back to the free throw line here, looking to make this a one-possession game.
Masinge's first free throw is good. And the Dolphins are back within 3. And Masinge goes 2 for 2 from the line. Jump shot on its way, in and out on the attempt by Mansoray, and the Dolphins look to push.
Dolphins looking to tie or take the lead here.
And Masinge gets the roll.
Well, there it was, Joe. The crossover going to the left. Easily gets to the basket. Masinge knocks it in, going to the free throw line with a chance to add one more and give our Dolphins the lead.
So I was communicating with the table on the other side. They were asking about that shot since we have the replay. They knew what we knew. Free throw no good by Masinge, but the Dolphins have tied the score.
Well, if the Dolphins end up losing by a basket, we can look towards that play.
Just over 7 minutes to play in the first half. Stockinger looking, jab steps, and kicks out. Ball in the corner now, and driving baseline and drawing a foul was Ziagas. And she commits the charge, so no foul drawn. Offensive foul is the call.
Fifth team foul now for Pace with 7 minutes left in the half.
Alarcon swings it to Rose. Rose on the drive, can't finish the bank shot. And another big rebound by Phillips, who draws the foul.
So these aspiring officials behind us, Joe, they're just not happy either way when their team's getting called for the foul or...
To be fair, I thought they were applauding the call. I thought.
They were, but they're mocking. Wow. Oh.
Mockingly. Okay.
Mockingly applauding.
They were begrudgingly applauding the call. Up the floor, setters move quickly, and offensive foul called once again.
Nice job there by Alarcon to set her feet and draw the charge. She's going to go to the free throw line after that. Oh, actually,
on the next foul.
Next foul. So
no free throws on the offensive fouls, but that does put the Dolphins in the bonus.
Yes, that's 6 fouls now for Pace.
CSI will certainly take it. Any points they can pick up at the line. Masinge over to Phelan. Phelan bounce pass from Masinge. Open jumper. Too strong. And Phelan goes over the back.
Well, Joe, I could have sworn the scoreboard had 5 fouls before that foul there, but now we're still at 5, so maybe it was...
Well, it doesn't go past 5.
Gotcha.
Once
okay.
they reach 5, you're in the bonus. Okay. And that's it for the women's game. Mansoray defended closely by Phelan. Phillips sets the screen. Mansoray still couldn't get free. This is Sinclair. She spins, kicks out, open in the corner. Ryan for 3.
Yeah, Ryan really wide open there, and she's able to make the Dolphins pay as she knocks down the 3.
Pace back in front by 3. And Alarcon lost the ball. Here comes Phillips. And she lays it in, and no, it rolls off.
I guess she was worried about Alarcon.
She certainly was, Nick. Alarcon was going to let her have the basket.
Yeah, when you know you have the defensive player of the week behind you, another offensive foul.
Once Alarcon eased off, I thought she had it, and it rolled off the rim. Perhaps not adept with the left. I have no left anymore. Maybe 15 years ago I did.
Yeah, I couldn't make a lefty layup if I tried, but for some reason I shoot the basketball lefty, so go figure.
I don't know how you do that.
I don't know. If I shoot righty, I have no power. It's very bizarre, and I'm righty.
Yeah, I don't shoot.
I was never properly taught how to shoot a basketball as a kid, so it just kind of happened.
Yeah, you know, I grew up playing street ball. I was self-taught. By the time I was in high school, I was pretty good, but never went anywhere with it. We were rim grazing, dunking. That was all I cared about by the time I was in high school. Here come the setters off the inbound, racing up the floor, and another charge. This time, Mansoray guilty of the offensive foul.
Alarcon again drawing the charge. You really can't quantify this as far as the statistic for defense, but drawing 2 charges really helps your team.
Where you can quantify it is on the box score. Fouls really piling up now for Pace. 13 fouls in the game. They have 5 players with at least 2 and 1 player with 3. As Abu Spair is too strong on the 3. Another rebound for Phillips. And that pull-up is good by Mansoray.
Pace really taking advantage in the mid-range when they're open. They are looking to shoot, and more often than not, the shots are going down.
Abu Spair for Weesey on the wing. Alarcon sets the screen, rolls to the rim. Weesey's doubled, and she traveled.
Have a media timeout now.
And with that, we'll head to a short break. Pace back in front by 5. Our score with 4:38 to go in the first half. The Setters 24 and the Dolphins 19. Just over 4.5 minutes to go in the first half from the tank. Dolphins trailing by 5 points. CSI shooting just 35% from the field, despite the fact that they forced 12 turnovers. Three-pointer on its way, and that's off the mark. Ryan was trying again. Alarcon fighting Phillips for the rebound, pulls it in, and now Abu Spair brings it up. Abu Spair hands off to Weesey. Now Alarcon. She looks to drive. Bounce pass from Masinghe, and that's a nice-looking play by the Dolphins.
Beautiful play there. Great pass. Masinghe's having a really strong first half here.
It looked like Abu Spair may have called that play, but sometimes tough to tell from here. As once again, Sinclair knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Sinclair in the mid-range needs to get a hand in her face because she's going to make them count.
Oyen Consola okay into the game for the Dolphins for the first time. This is Weesey to the basket, and Stockinger has another block. And I won't get ahead of myself this time, as laying that in was Dieguez.
Dolphins down 7 now, the largest deficit of the game.
Alarcon waving okay up toward the wing. Now Weesey defended closely by Dieguez. Bounce pass inside, Alarcon one-on-one, and she does not get the roll, but Genelise will go to the line for 2 shots.
Dolphins really haven't taken advantage of being in the bonus in this quarter. Alarcon going to the free throw line now.
Dolphins in this first half have attempted 11 free throws to just 2 for the Setters. And were it not for the free throws, this deficit would be much larger. And Genelise can't convert on the first. And Alarcon goes 1 of 2 from the line to make it a 6-point game. Ryan, step back 3, no good. And the rebound was secured by Alarcon, but she landed on the baseline. Setters will inbound into the game. Callie Chiochi for the first time. She has it here. 10 to shoot. And traveling is called once again.
Lots of turnovers here in the first half, Joe.
I thought you were about to say the sisterhood is back.
The sister to the Triumph Pants. Yeah, it's never left. I think it lives here on the tank.
I was one of the only ones in the faculty staff basketball game. The term pants doesn't really work since they're all playing in shorts.
Right.
I was playing in pants at the basketball game. Was one of the only ones.
Yep.
I have to take back what I said. Don't check out our latest episode of the Dolphin Pod. My air ball is in there.
Oh, you put it in?
I did put it in.
Now, did my basket make it in?
It did.
Okay.
You and Nick were both
Nick
in
Pavona
there.
had the play of the year. They're not going to see a better play in the tank all season.
The charge did not get in. The basket got in.
Ah, the charge was so good when he drew the charge. I mean, that's textbook. A coach could show that to that player.
Nick would probably prefer that they did it. As Abu Spare's pass was stolen, she has it right back with 2 to shoot. And the 3 won't go. 2 setters come together, and that should have been Dolphins' ball.
That was definitely
Chris.
off the pace.
He was right there.
Team. I don't know. I don't want to question him, but from our vantage point,
Yeah.
and the reaction from Noemia, sure looked like the ball wasn't off her.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. Under 2 minutes to go, first half. Ryan on the wing, looks inside. Dieguez into the corner. Entry pass for Ryan, and the floater will not go. Here comes Abu Spare. Bounce pass for Alarcon. She goes to work one-on-one. Lefty layup is good.
Well, that's what Jenelise does. If she's going to be one-on-one most of the time, she'll take advantage. They sent the help late, but it was too late there because Alarcon with the left hand, easy finish at the rim.
Her ability to finish with the left, so valuable when she gets around the rim. Defenders just don't seem ready for it sometimes. Abu Spare goes all the way and draws the foul. And Dieguez has picked up her 3rd foul. So Dieguez has 3, Lee has 3. Collins, Mansoray, and Phillips all have 2, as does Sinclair. Free throw from Abu Spare, rattles out. And the free throw is good. One of 2 trip to the line once again for the Dolphins. They've left now 6 points at the free throw line. Under a minute to go, first half, their deficit is 3.
Well, to only be down 3 with all the turnovers, I think you'll take that going into the half, but plenty of time left here for some more points.
The 2 reasons this game is close, free throw attempts and setter turnovers. Ryan with a wild shot, and she threw up an air ball, but Pace will keep it as the Dolphins stepped on the baseline.
Seven seconds on the shot clock.
Dolphins very likely to have last shot. It's a certainty if they secure the rebound. Sinclair kick out to a wide open Ryan, and she's short. Dolphins can hold for 1 shot if they choose, and it looks like they will.
See if they can draw within 1 or tie the game going into half here. Obviously, probably try to get the ball to Alarcon at some point, but offensive foul.
We've seen that many times over the last couple of seasons especially. There was one game where the Dolphins had to have been called for 5 offensive fouls on a screen last year.
Yeah, that's 3, maybe 4 in this game.
There have been a lot of offensive fouls for both sides in this game. I think total, we probably have 7 or 8. 8 seconds to go, first half. Sinclair Hop step, she's stripped. 3 seconds. Wiese for Abu Spair for 3. No good. And that will do it for the first half. Our score at halftime, Pace 28, Staten Island 25. And we are back from the tank for the start of the second half in this NCAA Division II women's basketball non-conference matchup between the College of Staten Island and Pace University. Setters in front by 3 at the start of the third quarter. And they will possess the ball first. Sinclair inside now. This is Stockinger off the feed from Sinclair, and she gets the roll.
Tough shot there, but she's able to make it count. Get the first points here of the half.
Pace in front by 5 now. This is Rose. Spinning, kicking out. Alarcon on the wing. This is Masinghe left open. Too strong.
You don't see Noemia shoot the 3 that often.
Wow.
I was thinking maybe a travel was going to be called on the floor there.
That is the swiftest jump ball call I have ever seen.
Dolphins the beneficiary there.
Yeah, they sure are. Another chance for CSI. This is Phelan. Phelan into the corner. Masinghe almost lost it. Now Phelan again. And she's fouled.
Masinghe leading the way for the Dolphins in the first half with 7 points. Sora got to the free throw lines a few times as well. And we have a 5-point game, but the only reason the Dolphins were very close in this, Joe, like you said at the end of the first half, the Dolphins' free throws and Pace's amount of turnovers.
15 setter turnovers and 15 CSI free throws thus far. I think one of those 15 turnovers came in this half as Alarcon is stripped and she turns it over. Genelise has turned it over 5 times. Sinclair, the only player in double figures. She's 5 for 5 with 10 points. That shot comes up short, and Alarcon has the rebound. Dolphins looking to push. Phelan for an open Abu Spair. Splash. Abu Spair from beyond the arc delivers the first Dolphins three-pointer of this game. Dolphins previously were 0 of 7 from downtown.
Hard to believe, Joe, with this Dolphins team, which has some really strong three-point shooters. That's the first one made.
That 3 pulled the Dolphins to within 2, but at the other end, Stockinger draws the foul. Stockinger to the line for 2 shots. I mentioned Sinclair, the leading scorer for Pace. On the side of the Dolphins, both Abu Spair and Masinghe have 7. And Stockinger goes 2 of 2 from the line. This is Phelan in the corner, feet inside, Rose. Rose posting up and banks it in.
Nice job there by Rose in the post. And she's able to lay it in. 2-point game once again.
Rose made that look easy. Dolphins back to within 1 possession. Pull-up jumper by Mansoure is short. Abu Spair has the rebound, looks ahead. And the pass for Rose just a bit off the mark. Thought Kyra had a chance to pull that one in.
Pace player may have gotten a finger on it to alter it slightly.
Possible, very possible. Crossover and kick out. And another offensive foul. No basket on the 3-pointer. And an offensive foul is called on the drive by Dieguez.
Alarcon drawing yet another charge. She must be watching that Nick Bavona play from a few weeks ago, because it's been textbook.
Rose with it. Now Alarcon, top of the arc. She hands off to Masinghe. And Masinghe with the finger roll, can't get it to go. Ball on the wing now. Collins swings it to Sinclair. Now Stockinger for three. In and out. And Phelan with a strong rebound.
Nice job there by Phelan to crush the boards.
Masinghe inside for Alarcon. She goes to work quickly and got stuffed in between two defenders. I don't know how she got a shot off there, but jump ball is called and possession arrow favors the setters.
Good job there by the setters to close the shot lane for Alarcon with the double team there, leading to the jump ball.
Sinclair with the basketball. Now Stockinger right back to the left. Mansoray defended by Masinghe. In the corner, it's Ryan. Right now, the setter's stuck on the perimeter here. Sinclair crosses over and kicks out. Mansoray pulled it in, step back jumper, no good, and Alarcon has the rebound. Setter's shooting has plummeted since the midway point of the second quarter. This is Abus Bear, and she travels.
So we've been stuck here for a while now, 32-30, 5:43 left. In this one, Alarcon going to take a breather on the bench right now.
You don't see Genelise come out very often. At one point in this game, the setters were 8 of 12 from the field. They are now 5 of their last 19. And a foul is called there. As Stockinger will head right back to the line.
Alexa Curolo in a bit of foul trouble now. 3 fouls for her.
And that free throw rattles out. For Pace, that is their first missed free throw of the game, but they've attempted just 5. And that free throw is no good as well, so Stockinger goes 0 of 2 from the line. Dolphins still within 2. Have not been able to get even in quite some time. We were knotted up at 19 at one point. And we have another foul. This one against Pace.
Well, it's kind of ironic that the pace of this game has really just been halted here in the second half.
Fouls have been an issue for both sides, but a bigger issue for Pace. 18 fouls against the setters. Masinghe barely and was not able to stay in bounds. The first step was clean. The second one came down on the paint. And with that, we will head to a media timeout. Our score with 4:55 to go in the third quarter. Pace 32, Staten Island 30. 4:55 to go in the third quarter from the tank. The Dolphins still trail by 2. And it is Setters basketball with 22 on the shot clock. Sinclair defended by Masinge. Ryan feeds it inside. Stockinger draws another foul.
Well, it seems like every time you look up, there's a whistle. Either a turnover or as far as a travel is concerned or a foul. Not much scoring going on in the second half so far.
Here in this third quarter, Dolphins haven't been able to keep pace off the free throw line. And Stockinger nets that free throw. Free throws 5 and 6 for the Setters here. And this time Stockinger goes 2 for 2.
4-point lead now for Pace.
Rose, hop step, and a strong move, but she can't finish. Rebound to the Setters. Ryan brings it up the floor. Once again, they feed Stockinger inside. Dolphins briefly look to double. Now Ryan on the step back, and that's good.
She's open there. She makes the basket count. Open shot, cashes in.
Pace lead back up to 6. Weesey and Alarcon to the scorer's table. Singe for Carollo. Shot fake, drive, and foul. And Carollo will head to the line.
Important free throws here.
The free throw is no good. The Dolphins now just 9 of 16 from the line. Weesey will come in for Carollo here. Dolphins in this game, if they were just shooting their average from either the free throw line, 3-point range, or the field, this would be a very different game. 36 from the field, just 1 of 8 from 3, and 56% from the line.
Right, and the Dolphins, only 1 3-pointer made in this game.
Both sides now with 16 turnovers as well. The Dolphins have gotten a bit sloppier here in this third quarter. But they are right there. It's just a 2-possession game. The Setters now with 4 to shoot. Stockinger drives to her left, and that's an air ball. Shot clock violation.
And, on both sides here, Joe, is good job by the Dolphins to force a shot clock violation. Just seems like both teams are just waiting for one of their key players to just take over this game and kind of give them the spark offensively.
It's been a tough quarter for both sides. Setters still lead it by 5, but here in the third quarter, both sides just 2 of 6 from the floor. And there's a good open look for Alarcon off the feed from Rose.
Great ball movement there. Phelan to Rose, Rose to Alarcon. Bing, bong, bang, layup, it's good.
In addition to the 2 of 6 shooting before that last basket, the two sides combining for 8 turnovers in the third as well. And there's number 9. Here comes Phelan. Bounce pass for Abu Spare. And offensive foul is the call.
Oof. We've got a replay of that maybe and see, but.
Yeah, we'll get a look at it. We have time here.
Clearly the Pace player was able to set their feet.
That's a 50-50 one. I'd have to get a look at it on the big screen, but as we always say, Nick, we are the only ones with the benefit of replay.
Right, no replay allowed for the officials this season.
They could have chosen to utilize it for the non-conference games like this one.
Yeah, we don't have the monitor down here, so it would have been tough.
Well, not today, they couldn't have. As once again, the Dolphins foul around the rim, and that's been the story of this third quarter. Setters feed the ball inside, draw a foul, back to the free throw line. About to pull it up on the full screen since we have a break here. Free throw is good. Two of two trip to the line. It's back to a 5-point game. Rose for Weesey. Right back to Rose. Rose spins and can't get the layup to go.
Rose having no issue getting to the rim in this game, but
Nick,
having a tough time finishing.
There's no way that's a charge. Feet were moving, and it wasn't lateral either. It was
It certainly
back.
ended up being costly because down the other way, Pace ended up getting the free throws and making both.
That's my opinion on it. I'll wind it back slightly in a minute, but that three-pointer is good. And with that, the Setters go in front by 8.
Their largest lead of the afternoon.
Phelan is rejected on the baseline drive. An emphatic swat by Stockinger.
Masinghe going to check back in here for a boost bear. So a bit of a bigger lineup now for CSI.
Dolphins will inbound from the baseline. We see for Phelan. Phelan wants Alarcon. She gets it into Genelise, who is doubled. Dump off to Rose. Count it, and one.
Very nice job there by Rose to finish that shot. Alarcon got the double team, kicks it to Rose, and she makes it go.
Rose will head to the line for one more. Foul on Mansoray is her third. Pace now over the limit as well. And Rose's free throw is short.
Was that a lane violation? Offensive foul?
It's a foul.
Foul on Masinghe.
And that will put Pace on the free throw line again. Two teams just can't stop fouling. In the first half, it was a story primarily of turnovers, but obviously the Dolphins, being frequent visitors to the free throw line, kept them close. But now here in the third, both teams piling up the free throws and the fouls. That free throw by Collins is good. Dolphins in the quarter 1 of 3 from the line. The Setters now 7 of 9.
Pace making their free throws count in this half.
8 of 10. Combined 11 personal fouls in this third quarter. Just over 1 minute to play. In quarter number 3, the Dolphins now trail by 8. Alarcon hands off for Weesey. Masinghe almost cut away from that ball. She spins. And there's the spin move I was talking about, Nick.
It's unstoppable, Joe.
Yep. I think you'd rather live with that shot than the alternative, but I said it, Masinghe adept at that spin move, and you have to be on the lookout for it.
Masinghe certainly the spinneroonie master for the CSI Dolphins.
Cue the music. 30 seconds to go, 10 to shoot. Mansoray, traveled.
Well, if you're the Dolphins now here, 27 seconds left, you get that travel. You were just down 8. You got the chance now to make this a one-possession game if you make your second three here.
And CSI will call timeout to diagram a play. I like that timeout. And we'll see what they draw up on the other side of it. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, if I'm not mistaken.
Media timeout, they announced.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe it is. I thought the
23
official.
seconds? I thought they might have waved it off.
I thought the official signaled 30, so we'll see. Either way, there is a cheerleading fundraiser going on ahead ahead of and during our men's basketball
Joe,
game.
we said earlier we're going to talk about that QR code that popped up before the game. What was that all about?
So let's put it back on the screen now, Edward. Get the QR back up there. We also have a message that goes along with it. And now that we want the QR, we can't get the QR.
Well, go ahead and rewind. The on-demand.
There it
PCC.
is. There's the QR, and then we have a message that goes along with it. But that QR code is a link to visit our Dolphin Fund landing page. And if you like what you hear here on CSI Sportsnet and like what you see when you come to the tank and to any of our athletic facilities here on the College of Staten Island, consider donating to the Dolphin Fund. The Dolphin Fund supports the student-athlete experience here on campus. Those funds go toward all of our sports, and we will have sports-specific links coming up within the next week. I think Giving Tuesday is coming up, so we should have.
Yeah, Giving Tuesday is right after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
2 weeks after Thanksgiving, or perhaps the Tuesday.
Is it in December now?
It's in December.
Okay.
So
So
Tuesday this year.
we're a couple of weeks
I've been
away.
posting a lot of it on the College of Staten Island social media handles. So we're into December is CUNY Tuesday. Phelan for 3. That's off the mark.
Fight for the rebound on the floor, and there was a foul called. I think Weesey got on top of it, and she was fouled.
She'll head to the free throw line.
Nothing new there as these two teams have feasted from the line tonight. Both teams with 10 free throws made, but the Dolphins have attempted 8 more, now 9 with that last one.
Joe, I'm thinking of perhaps after this quarter going in the stands to interview these parents who are screaming.
Let's not. Are they media trained? Here come the setters. 9 seconds to go, third quarter. Mansoray, pull up. And it won't go. Alarcon has the rebound, 3 seconds left. Phelan from half court. And she almost got it to go.
Good attempt there.
Oftentimes you'll see shooters decide not to put that one up. Phelan, no reservations. And with that, the third quarter comes to a close. Our score, Pace 43, Staten Island 38. Final 10 minutes in this women's basketball non-conference matchup coming up next. Fourth quarter getting underway from the College of Staten Island with Pace leading the Dolphins 43-38. Dolphins.
I was going to say, Joe, if you're the Dolphins here, you're hoping that one player can get hot and kind of lead you momentum-wise towards the finish line. Same thing could be said for Pace. I mean, you have the lead here, but nobody's really taking off scoring-wise.
Leading scorer for Pace now Stockinger with 11. Previously Sinclair led them with 10. And Alarcon stepping up to begin the fourth. Count it and 1.
What a move. You call out the rock the baby, and I know a lot about rocking the baby these days, as Alarcon went to her right, stepped back to the left, wide open, lays it in, gets the foul to the free throw line for one more.
A made free throw here would give Alarcon 10, and she's got it. First Dolphin in double figures. Genelise has attempted just 6 shots in the game. I expect that to change here in the fourth. Sinclair Misses her first shot of the game. She's now 5 of 6. And on the travel was Zioges. Dolphins have it now, trailing by just 2. And the game has flipped just like that. That is a big and one by Alarcon to open the quarter, a quick stop. And now the Dolphins go to work with a chance to perhaps take the lead. We see travel.
Well, the travels continue, Joe.
Yep, there have been quite a few of those in this game. This has been a long game.
Yes, it has.
A lot of free throws, a lot of fouls, a lot of travels.
I don't think the men's game is going to start at 3.
No. No chance. Mansoray with a nice crossover, and she gets the bank shot to go.
Really nice move there by her to get to the rim and lay it in.
Mansoray showing off the quickness and that explosiveness to the rim. Alarcon hands off to Rose. Rose spins, and she comes up short. And Rose will try again and nearly finished through contact. And with that, 2 more free throws coming up.
If you're the Dolphins here, keep driving to the basket, but you need to take advantage of these free throws.
Well, the setters really haven't been able to keep the Dolphins out of the paint. It's been the ability to finish at the rim.
Right.
That has been lacking at times in this one, but part of that is the fouls.
2 fouls early on here in the 4th. So fouls will play a factor down the stretch for sure. And a great job there by Rose to knock down both of her free throws. I know she works hard at her free throws at practice.
She's a player that is very adept at attacking the basket off the dribble, gets inside quite a bit, draws a lot of fouls. Sinclair kicks out. Stockinger for 3. No good. And Weesey has the rebound. This is Rose. Now Alarcon, right back to Rose. Kyra goes to work, backing in, double teamed, and it doesn't matter. Rose ties the score through the double, and we're knotted up at 45.
Great job there by Rose to go through the double team, knock the basket in. Tie game, 45-45, 7:45 left in the 4th.
Nice start to the quarter for the Dolphins here. And Stockinger can't finish.
Nice defense there by the Dolphins. Dolphins going to slow things down here with Rose with the ball.
Dolphins already with a 7-2 advantage here in the 4th. Alarcon, bounce pass, Masinghe for the lead, it's good. And the Dolphins go in front by 2.
Alarcon to the basket, Alarcon double team. Tell me if you've seen that before. She kicks it over to the cutting Masinghe, who lays it in. Dolphins go ahead 47-45, and Pacers go ahead to take a timeout.
Setters need to talk things over as the Dolphins open the quarter on a 9-2 run. Here's another look at that last CSI made basket. Alarcon drawing the double. Masinghe sneaks in along the opposite baseline for the easy 2. And Nick, you have to really like what you've seen from the Dolphins so far here in the 4th.
You have to really like it that they're using their strength to their advantage here, attacking the basket, and good things are happening. Rose attacked. She got fouled. 2 free throws. Next possession, she attacks again. 2 shots go in right there from her to tie the game. Then Masinghe on the cut. She lays it up and in. And we're at where we are right now, 47-45 in this game. So 17-14 left. And we are getting ready here for the home stretch in this one.
And we're back. We do apologize for that brief audio outage. We had a visitor from the opposite side of the gym. And a travel is called on Mansoray. So out of the timeout, the Setters immediately turn it over. And early in this game, the turnovers were a big issue. They now have 22.
Dolphins looking to continue this run.
Under 7 minutes to play here in the fourth. Alarcon wants Rose. And a foul was called underneath the rim. And this could be a big call. There are multiple Setters with 4 fouls. And Mansoray now joins them. She has 4. And the Setters tried to rush a substitute in. They couldn't. But the Dolphins lost it, get it back. We see for Alarcon, deep 2 is good.
Alarcon from the deep mid-range knocks it in. Great job. Dolphins extend the lead now.
Setters again really stuck on the perimeter here. Dolphins have gotten into the paint much more easily in this game. As a foul is called in the chase for the rebound, the call goes against Morgan Ryan. And I think that's team foul number 4, perhaps the 3rd.
It's the 4th.
Well, they are very quick on the scoreboard, Nick. They may have gotten it up.
It's 4th.
It is 4. You're right.
Stephanie's slacking over there today.
Stephanie's not on the scoreboard.
Okay, that's why.
That's why.
It's not fair.
Sometimes she is. You never know.
I never know what she's doing over there.
Sometimes she's
working the possession hour clock today.
Sometimes she has multiple jobs over there at one time. Weesey has it. Strong pass, and it's too strong for Alarcon. Yeah.
It was towards her ankles there, so hard to rein in.
You could see there was a lot of mustard on that one. Just under 6 minutes to go. Dolphins in front by 4. That was nearly another travel. Collins looked to have gotten away with one initially.
Can't believe it. She said no.
Well, initially I thought she did get away with one. And then after that, I don't know. But it's easy to spot when they first receive the pass.
Right.
Then if you're not looking for it, not as easy after that.
Another one.
And there's another one.
Back to back.
I think a lot of the time, and this could be completely wrong, but as a fan watching a college game or professional game, a lot of the time a travel is one of those where you know it when you see it.
Right. And that was clearly a travel there.
So you agree?
On that last one that was just called right now against the Dolphins.
Yes. I was talking about the one before.
Well, the initial call, yes. The initial step by Collins before was a travel. So ultimately, whether the next one was or not, they got the call right.
Yeah. Stockinger on that last shot. No good off back iron. And the Dolphins defense here in the fourth has been stifling. They've allowed just 2 points in the quarter. We're under 5 minutes to play. Alarcon back to the basket, double. Masinge left open, crosses over, and lost the ball, but she gets it back. Phelan wide open for 3. No good. And Rose tips the rebound to Alarcon.
Nice job to get the offensive board there. Second chance for the Dolphins now.
Rose has it. She uses the Alarcon screen. Kyra looks to drive, hangs, can't hit. It's tipped and rebounded by Phelan.
Another offensive rebound by this Dolphins team.
That was made possible by Alarcon on the tip. They had the one-on-one for Jenelise there. The Dolphins look to set up Rose with the screen again. Now she feeds inside. Alarcon draws the foul.
Back to the free throw line goes Alarcon. That's the 15th foul against Pace. As the fan will chant out behind us, it's 5-0 on the foul. So we talked about it. The Dolphins defense has been great here in the fourth quarter, and they haven't committed one foul.
In this quarter, the Setters just 1 of 6 from the field as Alarcon misses the free throw. The Dolphins are 4 of 7. But CSI is also 3 of 4 from the line. And Alarcon goes 1 of 2.
5-point lead for the Dolphins.
It doesn't matter whether they get it right or wrong. This always holds true. You have to have very, very thick skin to be an official at this level.
Absolutely. And it's something I could never imagine attempting to do. And I do umpiring for softball and baseball, and I could tell you, at the lower level, it's very rough.
And finally, the Setters break the scoreless run. They had been without a basket for nearly 5 minutes. Masinghe is rejected by Mansouri, and she had to get out of the way of that ball.
Mansouri with some good defense there to reject Masinghe going to the basket.
Rose draws the foul.
16 foul for Pace. And the fans are really enthusiastic about that call, Joe. I always wonder if the fans, when they're this loud in our years, are
you
being
can hear
picked
them.
up.
You can hear them, 100%,
Okay.
100%. Though
Well, we got to get like the dentist Sal over there to send Danny the Dolphin back to the fans.
I did experiment with turning our levels down as Collins has fouled out. Stockinger, Dieguez.
I'm gonna have to guess that that's Collins' parents behind us screaming their heads off.
I don't know about that.
You know?
Because there are a lot of setters who are in foul trouble. It's getting quite colorful.
Oh, man.
Good stuff, good stuff. We do have another mic. I'm almost inclined to rest it on my shoulder and
Put
turn
it
it
on.
on.
Let's mic him up.
Edward's trying not to laugh to my left.
I would tell Michael to go up there with the mic and put it on the fans.
We'll send Michael with the mic.
Mike, get the other camera and send the mic.
Is he napping over there? Someone give him a check.
52,
Dolphins now by 5.
47. Nice shot at the free throw line there, and that shot.
This is Sinclair. Under 3.5 to play now. Three-pointer on its way, and Dieguez knocks down a big shot.
Nice job by her there. Right in the face of Reese. Knocks down the 3. 2-point game with 3:10 left.
Reese, cross-court pass from Masinghe. Noemia looks to drive. She backs in and can't finish.
Good job there by Pace not to commit the foul.
Not a bad look either. Well defended, and a good job by Masinghe to get in close again. Here comes Sinclair off the around the back. Now Stockinger double teamed, and she draws a foul. Just like that, Nick, Pace can tie it at the line.
2 huge free throws here.
We had a game scheduled for 3 p.m. today. That game's looking like a 3:30 start.
Very, very busy day in the tank today. Between 2 basketball games, we got 5 teams here swimming, diving, lots going on.
I think in terms of events, this is our biggest day of the year. Free throw for the tie is good as Stockinger goes 2 of 2 from the line, and we are even at 52.
We also got CSI Cheerleading Alumni Day coming up in the men's game as well.
They have a social at our great sponsor, the Kettle Black, after this. We have to throw up that graphic as well if you're interested in checking that out. I'll have to ask Nick. Maybe we'll stop in after the game. And there's a travel called there against the Dolphins.
Well, the travels have been the story for both teams in this game.
Pace basketball, just over 2 minutes to play.
Pace with a chance to take the lead once again.
It's an alumni social, but the staff was invited.
Well, Sal's going to be there, he told me. Coach Akil from the track team's going. So I could see you making an appearance. It's kind of out of your way, though, heading back towards
It's very
home.
far out of the way. That's the big problem. It is very far out of the way.
Adding at least another 35 minutes to your commute home.
Yeah. We'll see. Dieguez, count it, and one. Victoria Dieguez to the rim, finishes through contact, and Pace is back in front by 2.
Unbelievable job there by her to get to the basket, make the layup, absorb the contact to draw the foul, and now she goes to the free throw line to make this a 3-point lead for her team.
And Dieguez makes it a 3-point game. And the Dolphins will call timeout. 1:54 to go. And Nicole Sarcone very unhappy right now with the officials.
Maybe rightfully so. We don't know what she's saying, though.
Well, if this game is decided by 2 points.
We can go back to that buzzer beater in the first half.
Buzzer beater in air quotes. Now, if you're a fan of Pace, you might argue, well, the fouls have been lopsided. Foul tally in this game. Setters with 27, the Dolphins with 18.
All right, if you're the Dolphins right now at this timeout, I think just take the ball to the basket somehow, get fouled, and try to win at the free throw line. Plenty of time now. You don't need to go for a 3 to tie it up. 1:54 remaining, and you're in the bonus.
Yeah, I think that's the big point here. Number one, you do have a foul to give. That matters this late in the game. But number two, there's plenty of time. It's a one-possession game, just under 2 minutes. I think here you diagram your best play for a quick basket, whatever that may be. You don't need a 2. You don't need a 3.
Right.
You just need a basket. Keep this a one-possession game for when you have the ball next time. And if you score here and don't allow a 3, you have a one-possession game with the ball, likely under a minute to go, but a one-possession game nonetheless.
Yes, so we'll see what they draw up. Last time the Dolphins call a timeout, they immediately turn the ball over on the inbound play. So looking to avoid that here. Abuse Bear back in the game.
She was relegated to the bench with 4 fouls.
Well, you definitely want to go out with your best players. So you got a boost bar out there. If she fouls out, she fouls out. But she's going to give you the best chance to win this game.
Ball with Phelan. Now Rose. Masinghe sets the screen. Rose goes the other way. And does that basket count?
I think it was on the floor. Yeah, and that's not going to count.
Boy, let's get a replay on that, Edward. I thought they would count it. It's on the board right now, so.
I thought I saw the official point to the floor.
So Mansoure is fouled out. That's huge. Mansoure had 11 points on 5 of 11.
So what do we have in the stats? Did we count on the basket?
I think they counted the basket.
Well, that's great for the Dolphins then.
There was no reaction by the Dolphins whatsoever, or the crowd.
Right. I could have sworn the referee was pointing to the floor.
So usually when it counts, they put their hand toward the floor with their palm open. I think that's usually, and then a fist to the floor is a charge.
Okay.
The fist is a charge, and then I think the open palm pointing toward the floor is count the basket.
I told you, Joe, at the time last night I said get the ball to the basket and take your chance at the free throw line. Rose makes it in. Now she gets the chance to tie the game with the free throw line.
And I think something that worked so well on that take to the basket, she rejected the screen, and I don't think the setters were ready for that. She hadn't done that yet in this game.
She ended up getting wide open, driving to the hoop.
They feel the contact from that screen, and Rose just crossed over the other way and got to the rim for a relatively easy and one. That's about as easy as it gets. And she completes the three-point play to tie the score with under 1:40 to play. Bounce pass inside, Stockinger. Defended by Abus Bear, who has 4 fouls. Ryan thought about the 3. She uses the screen. Stockinger with 9 to shoot. She drives to her right, almost lost it. Pull up, Sinclair is good, and the Setters go back in front by 2.
Sinclair in the mid-range. We've been saying it all game. That's really the difference maker for Pace, scoring-wise. She's had a really, really nice afternoon. And right there, Pace nearly turns it over, but Sinclair ends up getting it, and she's just open enough to knock down the open jumper.
Doesn't her skill set in the mid-range remind you of Kaya Johnson?
Of course. That was, I think, in the first half. Kai Johnson, former Dolphin, who is one of the most prolific mid-range scorers the team has had over the past decade.
Kaya, a player who could do it all for the Dolphins among the senior class last year. But the Dolphins won't have her to turn to in this spot. She had a game winner that you called last year, and I believe
you were in swimming.
I believe it was on this very weekend, the weekend of the CSI invite. Actually, no, it was senior day. It was
senior day,
later.
Yeah,
it was
we'll
later.
see. If they somehow go to overtime, they might need you at in the swimming pool.
We have it covered this time. I'm filling in once we're done here if the meet is still going on. However, 1:15 to go in this game. The Dolphins trail by 2. This is Alarcon with it. Back to the basket. Handoff for Rose. Rose is quickly doubled. She feeds Masinghe, and Masinghe is fouled.
Masinghe cutting to the basket there after Rose was double teamed, and she'll go to the free throw line with 2 gigantic free throws ahead.
The Dolphins have had some success on that look in this game. They give the ball to either Rose or Alarcon, and with the defense's attention on the rolling Rose or Alarcon, Masinghe is able to sneak in on the cut. And Noemia knocks down a big free throw there. She's had a nice game. 12 points, 4 of 9, 4 rebounds. Another big free throw coming up here. And it goes in and out. Rose got her hands on it, but it's swept away by Stockinger. 1 minute to play, 1 point game.
Last minute here, 1 point game.
Stockinger outside. Ryan can't connect, and Masinghe has a big rebound.
Big rebound by Masinghe. 25 seconds on the shot, 33 on the game clock. They'll call a timeout. So, Joe, I'm going to ask you, what are you calling here at the timeout? I think you go what you did last time. You got to get to the basket.
Well, if you take a look at what Pace did on that last offensive possession for the Dolphins, as soon as Rose drove toward the rim, she was double teamed. So you have to think if they doubled on the last trip down the floor, there's a good chance they double again. I don't think they're going to let Rose get a one-on-one look. So I think you use that to your advantage. If they look to double Rose, you try and draw that double team and then perhaps hit the cutting Masinghe again, hit Alarcon. If I'm Pace, I don't think you can let the Dolphins get a look at the basket here because the likelihood of a foul is so high. Do you live with an open look from the outside if Phelan or Abu-Spair is the shooter? I'm not sure you could do that either.
No, and the thing is, the Dolphins on the other end have the foul to give as well, so Pace has to factor that in if the Dolphins score.
That foul to give hurts you if there's very little time left
right
once you execute on this possession. So you don't want to get caught with just 5 seconds left in the game after a missed attempt. I think the Dolphins get the ball in Rose's hands and allow her to draw the double. We'll see. They're trying to set up Alarcon here, and they do get it to Rose. Now Abu-Spair, 10 to shoot here. Amber looks up at the clock. She looks to drive and throws it away.
And now, like you said, having that foul to give hurts.
Not as badly with 14, but the Dolphins just didn't execute there, and I'm curious to know where they wanted to get the ball. It looked like...
I think they were trying to go to Alarcon.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There was an entanglement there between Alarcon and the Pace player. They kind of knocked heads, and they had an ad-lib. So here, for CSI, I was going to look for the steal. Then you're going to have to foul. And then assuming Pace makes 2 free throws, you got to probably go for a 3. And that's probably what Coach Sarcone is talking over right now.
Dolphins do have a timeout. Each side with one remaining, according to our venue
We see
scoreboard.
probably going to check in for defense to make sure Abu Spair doesn't foul out. And they'll try to maybe sub her back in for offense on the other end.
Yeah, I thought following that inbound, they might hand it right back to Rose because she's been really effective in this final quarter. Rose has 17 points. We don't have a quarter-by-quarter breakdown, but she's 5 of 6 from the line, 6 of 12 from the field.
And we're 5 minutes away from the originally scheduled tip time for the men's game.
We'll see you at 3:30.
3:30, maybe later.
I think they'll put 25 up on the clock, so 3:30 is looking good.
Well, don't rule out overtime, Joe.
We don't say that word here, especially with a doubleheader
Well,
schedule.
if it's going to help the Dolphins win, we could say it.
We're impartial.
Problem is, though, we already had to sign our timesheets in advance.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Oh, keep in mind, if we go over, there's always Tuesday. The setter's inbound and will immediately be fouled. That's Masinge's second personal. Every Dolphin on the floor now has 2 fouls, so it really doesn't matter who gives the foul here. And boy,
I don't know. I think that should have been a jump ball, but it would have been still possession favoring Pace.
I thought Noemia was about to strip that ball, Nick.
Looked like it.
But I think she came down on the arm with that chop. So at the line will be Victoria Dieguez. She hit the big 3-pointer earlier. And then converted on an and one that gave Pace the lead. And here, she misses the free throw.
Yeah. So Dolphins do have that one timeout left. So we'll expect to see them use it here if this is made.
So the Dolphins will not need a 3 if they secure the rebound. And there is no rebound as CSI will call their final timeout. So we have a 2-point game with 12.4 on the clock. Nick, it's your turn. What are you drawing up?
I'm giving the ball to Alarcon here. I don't care how. You have to get it to her. You have to go. You got to live and die with your best player here. Get it to her in the paint. If she gets double teamed, watch out for Masinge cutting to the basket or Rose. I would not be shooting a 3 here if I'm the Dolphins. I'm going for the tie.
So I think the good thing about getting Jenelise the ball is she can be trusted to make the right decision. If she's not open,
she will pass it.
She will not force it, and I think that matters quite a bit. But you have to have a contingency plan. If she's double teamed, who's next in line? What are you trying to get anyway?
Well, then I want Rose to drive to the basket and potentially get fouled or hit open Masinge.
Well, taking a look at the free throw shooting, Rose is 5 of 6. Abu Spair 2 of 4, Masinge 4 of 7, Alarcon 3 of 5, we see 3 of 4. That's every Dolphin who's taken more than 2 free throws.
I'm gonna assume Abu Spair's checking back in for Weesey here.
And
She's gonna inbound. So we'll see. Maybe the Dolphins could get to the basket, count it, and go to the free throw line perhaps. We'll see.
12.4 to go. The Dolphins trail by 2. Rose with it in her hand. She uses the Phelan screen. Rose inside for Alarcon, and she is immediately fouled.
All right. Interesting.
And Nick.
I think Pace wants to get the ball.
They were about to triple team her.
Well, I said you had to get the ball to Alarcon, but
They
now
did.
a lot of pressure here on these free throws.
Well, if Kyra was willing to take that pull-up, that was there as well, but the plan was get the ball to Jenelise, and now the CSI senior needs 2 free throws. And she's got the first.
I have nothing to say.
I'll have something to say to you if this score gets tied at 58. And Alarcon hits 2 clutch free throws. Timeout setters.
Ice in her veins. You saw it when she went to the free throw line. Took a deep breath, had the nerves, and she steps up and knocks down 2 huge free throws. And here, if you're the Dolphins, you cannot foul. Cannot foul. And Pace, they have a lot of good shooters. Definitely don't want to leave Morgan Ryan open from downtown.
Alarcon with another tremendous all-around effort today. 15 points on 5 of 7 shooting from the field, 5 of 7 free throw shooting, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block in 38 minutes.
Tremendous job by her so far in this one.
3 Dolphins in double figures. The leading scorer is still Kyra Rose with 17. Masinghe has 12, and of course Alarcon has 15.
Wow, Rose with 17. Tremendous job by her. And a lot of those at the free throw line. Alarcon gonna come to try to deny the inbounds. Here we go, Joe. All comes down to this.
3.4 to go, tie game. The inbound goes to Sinclair, it gets away! 1 second remaining.
Was she fouled?
No.
Oh, she got an elbow to the face.
Yeah, and we'll get a replay of it. Nick, if she got that off in time, I thought she was fouled.
I thought she was fouled.
Did she get it off is the question.
Well, you take a look at the replay, and hopefully Noemi is okay because they're going to need her for the overtime. Now, remember, she had that knee injury last year, but it looks like she got hit in the face.
Yeah, we'll have to slow that down. Really tough to tell.
Noemi as a warrior. Great job, but unfortunately, Joe, it does look like it's that knee that was taped up last year. So that's going to be a big loss for overtime.
So Masinghe helped to the bench area, and Nick, you've done it again. The commentators
Hey,
jinx.
listen, I'll take it because I wanted the Dolphins to win this game.
And John Venezia has welcomed us
Listen,
to overtime.
Johnny V was great over there with 1 minute left. He told the Dolphins fans, they didn't listen, to get up off their feet and make some noise. But at least the cheerleaders got the defense chant going. Overtime, here we go. But Masinghe being out now, Joe, is certainly going to be a huge loss for overtime. And it seems that she has injured that same knee from last year, or perhaps her ankle. But Masinghe, make no mistake about it, Joe, this game would not be tied without her heroic efforts this afternoon.
No question about it. As I mentioned, 12 points, and she was a big part of the reason why the Dolphins have really had command of this game around the basket. Points in the paint, the Dolphins with an advantage of 32-22. And I think something that gets lost in that is all the times they got to the basket and then drew a foul. Those don't go down as points in the paint, but their ability to get to the rim helped them generate all those foul calls.
Absolutely. Masinghe and Rose are fouled a ton in this game. Looks like Noemi is going to get her ankle taped up.
Fortunately, it wasn't a shot to the head that resulted in her staying down. It looks like she rolled the ankle, as you said, but that's all the speculation we'll do there, as the Dolphins will be without their senior to start overtime. Alexa Carollo, who has played just 6 minutes, takes her place. The Dolphins win the tip, Abu Spair with it. Now Carollo for Abu Spair, who has 4 fouls. She looks to back in and kicks out to Rose. Rose, pass inside for Alarcon with 10 to shoot. Handoff right back to Rose, and she lost her footing and the ball. But
looked like that ball went off of pace, but they're signaling Dolphins ball here. One official's going to run in and overturn the call. Good job by the officials to get it right. 6 on the shot clock.
And that's the big number, 6 to shoot. Rose, the inbounder, finds Alarcon. Handoff right back to Rose. Rose, tough shot, no good. And that did not hit the rim. No shot clock violation. Pace possessed the ball first. And that will be another setter's turnover. That is number 25 in the game.
That's a high number, Joe.
Yeah, I had to make sure the stats didn't beat me to it. I had to give it a second look. Abu Spair inside for Alarcon. Kick out Phelan. Phelan into the corner for Rose, who looks to drive. And Rose can't connect, but Alarcon can on the follow.
It was almost as if it was a pass off the backboard. Alarcon gets it wide open and lays it in.
Give her rebound number 7 and points 16 and 17. Genelise now tied for the team lead in scoring. Ball up top, deep 3 on its way, and that is well short by Ziogas. Foul was called after the Dolphins secured the rebound.
And Abu Spair's got to go to the free throw line here, as the fouls don't reset for overtime.
I realized that when I looked up at the scoreboard. Had you asked me that question, I would not have known that.
Well, Joe, I was going to ask you. I was going to say, maybe I'm naive here. We haven't had an overtime women's game in a long time. But scoreboard stat crew over there, they knew all about it.
I think I remember the last women's overtime game we covered. I think.
It's got to be 2 years ago. I don't know if we had one last year.
It was against the University of Bridgeport. It might have been 3 years ago. Abu Spair, 2 of 2 from the line. The Dolphins go in front by 4. I could tell you exactly when it was. After the next break. Chance of defense from CSI Cheer, but that's not enough to will the Dolphins to a stop as Sinclair lays it in.
Sinclair's range is anywhere inside a three-pointer, and she's making the Dolphins pay all day long.
This is Rose on the wing. Big crossover, hop step, and she doesn't get the bounce. Big rebound by Dieguez. And we have another travel. This time it was Morgan Ryan in the corner.
What do you think, Joe? Was it a travel?
I did not have a good enough view. The ones right in front of me, I feel pretty confident lending my opinion. The ones across the court, not so much. So, Nick, our last overtime game was all the way back in the 2021-2022 season.
That's ancient.
It was a double overtime game.
I remember that now that you said double overtime.
Alarcon muscles her way inside and puts the Dolphins back in front by 4.
John Venezia is loving it on PA.
And that lay-in is good. Sinclair answers right back.
Who else but Sinclair, Joe?
Dolphins have it. Their lead right back to 2. Phelan. And what was Carollo thinking there, Nick?
I don't know if she...
That was such a blatant offensive foul.
And that's going to send the ball over to Pace's hands.
Yes. You almost got caught there. Good recovery. Pace with it now, trailing by 2, inside of 20 on the shot clock. This is Ryan looking inside. Now Sinclair. Sinclair looks to drive, finds an open shooter, and the deep 2 rattles in for Ziogas.
Huge shot there by Ziogas, and she ties it up. Minute and a half left.
That's another big basket. This is Abu Spair for Phelan. We're all tied at 64. Rose inside for Alarcon. Genelise stripped. And the setters have it. Stockinger will bring it up. 1 minute to play in overtime. Sinclair taking her time, 15 to shoot. She will use the Stockinger screen. Ziogas, feet inside, double team on Stockinger, and she is short on the turnaround.
Big rebound there for the Dolphins.
And CSI is going to take a timeout. So as I was saying, Nick, Our last overtime game during the 2021-2022 season, it was a double overtime game between the College of Staten Island and the University of Bridgeport. In that game, Jenelise Alarcon had 32 points and Gia Esposito had 22.
I feel like there was a game winner in that, or close to it at the end. There's some big shots at the end.
I think Esposito tied it with a 3 at the end of regulation.
That's what it was.
Good news is, I think the recap is linked here as well. Though I didn't write this, I probably did write it. Who am I kidding? Let's take a look.
I don't know. Wasn't there another guy here, a different Joe at that time?
I'll be able to tell you if I wrote it after the first sentence. I wrote it.
Because the other Joe used exclamation points quite a bit.
Yeah, I definitely wrote this. I could tell.
All right, Joe. 34.9 on the clock here. Definitely want to try to get the ball into Alarcon or Rose's hands, as always.
34.9 to go, 20 on the shot clock. The Dolphins inbound from in front of their own bench. Abu Spair around the back, surveys the floor. Alarcon sets up in the post. She's got it. She's quickly doubled. And Rose lost the ball. And that will be a Dolphins turnover.
Nope,
Let's get a replay.
It's going to be Dolphins ball.
Let's get a replay on it.
They fixed it. It's Dolphins ball.
Now, to be fair, the referee who made the call is the closest official.
Right.
He was overruled by a referee on the reverse side of the play.
That happened in the previous out-of-bounds play as well.
Keep in mind now, just 9 to shoot for the Dolphins. Alarcon hands off. Abu Spair. Alarcon is fouled. The setters just can't help but foul time and time again.
Once again, big free throws coming up here from Alarcon.
So Alarcon will head to the line for 2 more huge free throws. If she does not hit both, Pace can win it with a basket on their next trip down the floor.
Masinge's going to check back in.
Well, it's good to see that Noemia is good to go.
Definitely want to have Masinge out there on the defensive end.
Did it not just get much darker in here?
Joe, it has been really dark in here all afternoon, but it does feel like maybe a light blew out because it definitely felt darker, but it must be something with the cloud patterns outside.
There is an open air roof.
Right.
Very, very slight, but I do believe there are windows that are on the roof that allows sunlight from the outside to come in. So I think the cloud coverage just increased outside. Either way, Alarcon to the line for 2 huge free throws. And the first is good.
18 points now for Alarcon.
Meanwhile, Nick, Stockinger just fouled out. That was her 5th. So 3 setters
have
fouled out.
For Pace.
3 setters have fouled out. 2 more have 4 fouls. And Alarcon calmly nets both again.
Iced water in the veins. 19 points now for Alarcon.
What a clutch performance by the Dolphins senior at the end of regulation and here in overtime. Jenelise now has yet another 20-point game.
Well, surely if the Dolphins are fortunate enough to hold on to win this game, Jenelise will be joining us as the TLC player of the game.
No question about it. For Jenelise so far this season, she's had at least 20 points in 4 of 6 games now. And she scored 24 playing just 25 minutes against Post. That was 1 week ago.
Well, Jenelise once again with an incredible stat line in this game, continuing to amaze in her senior season.
I don't think there's any question that her start to the 2024-2025 season has been her best yet. Dolphins with aspirations of a deep postseason run, and they will need her. Let's not do that.
Kick ball there.
Certainly.
Almost took us out.
I must say, though, I did not flinch in the slightest.
Me neither.
That was kicked right over my head.
Our engineer didn't even pick his head up.
Edward had no idea what just happened. And Weesey tried to do it again. there's really no disadvantage to kicking
Nothing.
it repeatedly.
No disadvantage at all in that scenario. Good defense by Phelan.
9 seconds remaining. Three-pointer, short. Ziogas shot it for the lead. 2 seconds to go. And the shot is an air ball. Ryan thought she was fouled, and that will do it. The Dolphins hold on to win it in the final seconds as they defeat Pace University 66-64.
One of their best wins of the season, Joe, coming from behind when there was minimal offense in the first, led by Jenelise Alarcon at the end to close it out.
Alarcon with a tremendous job to help lead the Dolphins to victory. 2 huge free throws late in the fourth quarter to send this game to overtime. And the Dolphins senior will join Nick on the floor shortly as our TLC physical therapy player of the game.
All right, we are here with the TLC player of the game, the back-to-back defensive player and ECC player of the week, Jenelise Alarcon. Jen, what a win. How's it feel?
It feels amazing. I mean, it was definitely tough to be down in the first, and I mean, we had to really make a push back to go kind of get back into this game, but we never gave up, and our defense kind of got us back into it, and then we started scoring. It was great. It's a great feeling to have, and it's a great win for us.
All right, so you closed it out, but to get you guys tied there, how about Rose?
I
17
know,
points, right?
amazing. No, she's such a great piece for our team, and we rely on her so much, and she's just a vital piece for our team, and it's great.
Overall, the whole team played very well. This is a big win for you guys, building the momentum off the big win earlier in the week.
Yeah.
So how good does it feel for you girls right now with the way this season's going right now?
Amazing. I mean, we just love, this is something that we haven't been able to do in quite some time, so we really enjoyed this energy, and to finally be back at home, because we've been on the road for a hot minute, it's great to be able to win back here, and it's amazing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your student government senator and the back-to-back ECC player of the week and defensive player of the week, the player of the game, Jenelise Alarcon. Congrats, Jen. Back over to you, Joe.
All right. Thank you, Nick, and thank you to Jenelise Alarcon, our TLC physical therapy player of the game. Alarcon with another great stat line tonight. Was able to sink 2 clutch free throws to send the game to overtime with the Dolphins trailing by 2 in the closing seconds. The senior finishes with 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. But for Nick and I, that will wrap things up in our coverage of the women's game. We have a very quick turnover ahead of our men's game coming up next as men's basketball takes on Bentley University. That game is scheduled to tip off in just a bit more than 25 minutes. So tune in right back here on the ECC Network for that. And for those joining us exclusively for the women's game, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend. As for us here on Sportsnet, men's basketball coming up next only on the ECC Network.